Next KXOK St. Louis news at any moment. Next scheduled news live in the half hour. The time, 8 o'clock.
When I became of age, my mother called me to her side.
Make sure you shop around, up and down, here and there, now and then. Out you go. The miracles there. The Peter Martin Show swinging into high gear here. At 3 minutes after 8 o'clock, thank you very large. 3 minutes after 8 at KXOK in St. Louis, the Peter Martin Affair right up until 10 o'clock today. In half a minute, KXOK News IQ time.
Togetherness is great in some things, but not in deodorants. Roll-ons are fine for women, but men, well, men don't shave under their arms. They want a deodorant they know will get through to the skin. Men & Spray deodorant was made to do just that. Try Men & Spray, okay?
Stand by for KXOK News IQ. If you heard news live at 55, you should be able to answer the KXOK News IQ. If you think you can answer the question, call Forrest 76002 now to get the question and the KXOK cash in a flash.
Forrest 76002 is the number to call. Call now. 3.5 minutes on the downside of 8 o'clock at KXOK, says little Jimmy Clanton. What am I going to do?
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Don't know what I'm going to do. His name is Jimmy Clanton. We have a possible winner on the line right now for the KXOK News IQ. This is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock, and your name is what?
Dolores Halsey.
Dolores Halsey. And Dolores, you live at 6764 Hoffman, right?
That's right.
Okay, are you ready for the question?
I think so.
Okay, here's the question. Now listen closely. You'll have 30 seconds in which to give me the answer. The question is, how many judges did Fidel Castro fire in Havana, Cuba early today?
Oh, I think it was 5, wasn't it?
No, I'm afraid it wasn't 5. I'll have to accept that as your answer. Better luck to you next time, Dolores Halsey.
You.
Right. Bye now.
Bye.
Bigger, brighter sound, 7 days a week on 630 KXOK.
The answer, incidentally, for your information, was 120 judges. He fired 120 judges. No winner this time, which means that we'll have another chance for you to win in the next hour on KXOK's News IQ. It's 7 minutes after 8 o'clock in the morning at KXOK, and in about a minute and a half's time, I'm going to bring you Operation School Report. Don't ruin your New Year disposition with driving and parking problems. Enjoy the bonded protection of a Laclede or Red Top cab. Why settle for less when day or night you can get the best in safety, experience, courtesy, and the security of a bonded driver who protects you and your possessions? Call Laclede at Olive 23456 and Red Top at Parkview 11111 in the county. Laclede and Red Top offer more. Bonded drivers, door to door.
Have a commander. Welcome aboard.
Now, new king-size Philip Morris Commanders, made with tobacco that's vacuum cleaned. And the cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. Yes, the cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. Noticeably better.
Noticeably better, like the sound of KXOK, where you'll hear the More Music contest beginning at 9 o'clock this morning, and your chance to win yourself a beautiful Helbrose Manor woman's wristwatch and a $10 package of KXOK Music, Music, Music. The time is 8 minutes after 8 o'clock at KXOK. Time, as I promised you, for Operation School Report. This is the school information you've been waiting for, and the schools I'm going to read first of all are the schools that are closed. All of these schools are closed today. School District R6, Eureka, Missouri, and St. John's Lutheran School of Ellisville, Missouri. Sacred Heart of Troy, Missouri. Highland Community Schools, including Alhambra, Grants Fork, New Douglas, and Highland, Illinois. St. Matthias of Melville. St. Paul Graydon High School of Highland, Illinois. Immaculate Conception School of Piran, Illinois. St. Joseph of Manchester, Missouri. The Bayless Schools in St. Louis County. That's all schools in the Bayless School District in St. Louis County, and there will be no basketball game tonight. Silex R1 Schools of Silex, Missouri. St. Sebastian School on Chambers Road. Valley Park Public Schools in Valley Park, Missouri. The Athena R8 School in DeSoto, Missouri. St. Charles County R5 Schools, and no buses will operate there either. Annunziata School at Clayton and Shallow Roads will be closed today. All of these are closed. St. Paul's School in Fenton, Missouri. The Triad Community Unit number 2, comprising Troy, St. Jacob, and Marine, Illinois, Hillside Kindergarten at Gravois and Saline Road, St. Francis Borgia School in Washington, Missouri, Windsor School of Imperial, Missouri, all public schools in the Maryland Heights School District, the Academy of the Visitation, Notre Dame High School in South St. Louis County, St. Catherine Labouré in Sappington, St. Dominic Savio in Afton. Let me remind you, all of these schools are closed today. St. John's School in Ferguson, St. Dismas School in Florissant, St. Mary's Grade School in Bridgeton, the Antonia Schools in Jefferson County, St. Peter's School in Kirkwood, Incarnate Word Academy at 2788 Normandy Drive will be closed today. All of these closed. Our Lady of Guadalupe in Ferguson, Mount Providence Boarding School for Boys, Holy Ghost School in Berkeley, the Academy of the Sacred Heart, City House, and Barrett Hall all closed today. The Mother Goose Nursery, St. John and James in Ferguson is closed. St. Thomas on Iowa in St. Louis City is closed today. All of these are closed. St. Bartholomew in Hazelwood, St. Louis Society for Crippled Children Nursery School, Parkway Consolidated Schools, Notre Dame in Wellston, the Sherwood Day School at 12,292 Clayton Road. St. Matthias in Limay will be closed, but the high school bus will run. Our Lady of Fatima in Florissant is closed. All of these are closed. St. Gabriel the Archangel on Tam Avenue in St. Louis, Pagnita School in St. Louis County. All schools in the Normandy School District, both the grade and the high schools, closed today. Greater St. Louis Lutheran Teachers Conference has been canceled. The R3 schools in the school district in Steelville, Missouri, closed today. All of these are closed. Whitfield School on Mason Road, the Priory School on Mason Road, Sacred Heart in Eureka, Missouri. All schools in the Lindbergh School District closed today. St. Lucy's Catholic School in Jennings closed. All of these are closed. Kibbutz Nursery at 8631 Old Bonham Road, Westland Community Unit number 3 in Trenton and New Baden, Illinois, St. Louis Preparatory Seminary, Principia Lower and Middle School, Bellevue School in Iron County, Missouri, all schools in the Fox R6 District in Arnold, Missouri, St. John's Lutheran School in Beck, Missouri, Immaculate Conception School at Arnold, Missouri, Holy Redeemer of Webster Groves. All of these are closed, remember. Logan Chiropractic College will be closed today, but the clinic will be open. St. Genevieve Du Bois School closed. All of these are closed. Holy Infant School in Baldwin, Missouri, North American Martyr School in Florissant, and all schools in the Kinloch School District closed today. We'll have more of Operation School Report coming up for you right after the weather, which comes up right here. It's 12 minutes after 8 o'clock at KXOK, 12 after the hour.
Community Federal, the place where they pay a quarter more than 4, presents the latest weather report.
The weather in brief for the St. Louis area. Decreasing cloudiness and colder today with a period or two of very light snow. We'll have the complete forecast in just 60 seconds.
When you're spending more money than ever before, there's one simple answer to even the score. Make sure that your savings are earning much more at the place where they pay a quarter more than 4.
What's the difference between 4.25% and 3%?
1.25%.
Well, that's partially true. The real difference is what that extra 1.25% can buy for you.
All right.
Well, let's say you had $10,000 in your savings account. The difference between 4.25% and 3% would be $125. That's eating dinner out every month for a whole year free.
We never eat out. My wife's an excellent cook.
Well, it's a vacation in the Ozarks without it costing you a penny.
Can't stand the mountains, have high blood pressure.
There must be some way you could use an extra $125.
Sure, I'd mail it to Community Federal. They pay an extra 1.25%.
Earn 4.25 on each dollar you loan at Community Federal Savings and Loan.
8944 St. Charles Road, Harrison 77400.
Got you there, Fuzzy. Here's the greater St. Louis area forecast. Decreasing cloudiness and colder today with a period or two of very light snow. Mostly during this morning. High today around 20. Some cloudiness. Continued cold tonight. Overnight low 5 to 10 degrees, they say. It'll be clouding up, but little change tomorrow. Sunday, considerable cloudiness. Little change in temperature. Winds today northerly 10 to 15 miles an hour. Decreasing tonight. The high tomorrow should be in the 20s. Right now at KXOK, 11 degrees above zero. It's 11 above, and that wraps up the weather.
The latest weather report has been brought to you by Community Federal, the largest federally chartered savings and loan association in the state of Missouri. If you're spending more than ever before, even the score at the place where they pay a quarter more than 4. Community Federal.
14 minutes after 8 o'clock, 14 past the hour at KXOK's tick-tock clock, 11 degrees above zero, and back to Operation School Report. Here we go. These are school closings. All of these are closed. St. Ferdinand of Florissant, Riverview Garden School District. All schools in Riverview Garden School District closed today. Sanford Day School, Our Lady of Providence in Grantwood, Jefferson R7 School District in Jefferson County. Shelby school buses will not run today. St. Catherine of Siena at 6815 Page, closed. All of these are closed. St. Louis University High School at St. Louis U High closed and no Fathers Club meeting. All Herculaneum Public Schools, Chaminade School, all Granite City Public Schools, First Baptist Church Kindergarten in Fenton, Missouri, all St. Charles City Public Schools, and the Emmanuel Lutheran School in St. Charles closed today. No bus service to any schools. St. Bernadette School in Jefferson Barracks, Academy of the Sacred Heart in St. Charles, the Pied Piper Nursery School, Sacred Heart School in Florissant, St. John's Catholic School on Highway 21 at Imperial, Missouri. All of these closed, remember. Pattonville R3 School District, all schools in that R3 School District, Pattonville. St. Charles Borromeo School in St. Charles, Holy Redeemer in Webster Groves, Rohan Wood School in Creve Coeur, Rossman School at 5438 Delmar, St. Timothy School in Limay, all Brussels Public Schools and St. Mary's Parochial School, St. Monica School in Creve Coeur. All of these schools closed now. Lincoln County R4 schools in Winfield, Missouri. Barn County, Illinois, Unit Number 2 in Greenfield, Pocahontas, and Sorrento, Illinois. R3 School District of Lincoln County, Missouri, including Hawk Point, Moscow Mills, and Troy, Missouri. The Grandview R2 School in Jefferson County. Koryezu Academy at 2108 Mackland in St. Louis. All of these schools are closed. Melville R9. All schools in the Melville R9 School District. Holy Trinity on Malincrot. All schools in the Rittner School District. All Rittner schools are closed. The Hillsboro R3 School in Jefferson County. R3 St. Charles County, Missouri schools closed. Christian Brothers College, CBC, is closed today. All R1 schools in Jefferson County, Missouri. That's all R1 schools in Jefferson County. R2 schools in Ellsbury, Missouri, closed today. All of these are closed. St. Louis County Vocational School, Oakwood School in Kirkwood, Sacred Heart in Florissant, Hansel and Gretel Nursery School in Glendale, St. Pius School in Festus, Sacred Heart in Festus, Good Shepherd in Hillsboro, St. Rose of Lima in DeSoto, Wilson School on 400 DeMont in St. Louis, Duchesne High School in St. Charles, Missouri. All public schools in Wellston, Missouri are closed today. St. Clement School at 1508 Bope Road is closed today. St. Joseph in Kimswick, Assumption of Matisse, Villa Duchesne at 801 Spady Road in St. Louis County, and their game has been canceled. All of these are closed, remember. Mary Institute, Whitfield Priory, and Epstein Hebrew Academy, Ursuline Academy in Kirkwood, Immaculata of 8910 Clayton in Richmond Heights. All of these schools that I'm mentioning are closed. St. Louis Baptist College at Magnolia and Tower Grove, Mary Queen of Peace at 680 West Lockwood in Webster, Our Lady School in Festus, the Missouri University Residence Center on Natural Bridge in Normandy, St. Joseph's Academy at 2307 South Lindbergh, Central School on Hartman Lane in O'Fallon, Illinois. All of these schools closed. The Peevely R4 schools in Peevely, Missouri, St. Catherine of Alexandria School, all public schools in the Berkeley School District. That's the Berkeley School District. Pontiac and William Holiday in Belleville, Illinois. St. Aloysius and Spanish Lake closed today. All of these are closed. Augusta, Missouri Public Schools. Country Day School. St. Matthew's on Maffett and Sarah. St. Boniface on Michigan Avenue. And all public schools in the Riverview Garden School District closed today. That's the list of closings. Now, in about a minute and a half or so, we'll have the list of schools that are open, but whose bus service is not necessarily normal. So stand by. It's 18 minutes after 8 o'clock at KXOK.
Step right this way, folks. It's a food savings event that may never be repeated. It's the big 88-cent food sale, now in progress at your friendly neighborhood IGA food liner or food market. Hundreds of items in combination offers. Meats, canned goods, staples, gone for just 88 cents. Never in food store history has so much value been offered. It's IGA's biggest, most colossal sales event of the year, and you can't afford to miss it. So hurry, hurry. Come look, come see what 88 cents will buy. Now at your neighborhood IGA food liner or food market.
Save all the way at IGA. Don't forget the KXOK Last Word Jackpot this hour on the Peter Martin Show is worth $18.
It's grand in the land.
You can save on your insurance with MFA. More protection through insurance with MFA. No matter what your needs may be, like the terms and policies, see your agent right away. Insure with MFA.
Don't wait until it's too late. Find out the advantages of an MFA hospital and surgical policy. And it is too late when you're on your way to the hospital. With an MFA hospital policy, you choose your own hospital and your own physician any place in the world. And with MFA hospital insurance, you have your choice of a daily hospital room allowance of $6 to $16 a day and 120 days for your hospital room for any one sickness or accident. The one policy has a liberal surgical allowance that includes an almost unlimited number of different operations. See your MFA insurance agent. In New Haven in Franklin County, Missouri, see Elmer A. Allersmeyer. Safeguard your life, says MFA. Don't neglect the small infections. 20 minutes now, 20 minutes on the downside of 8 o'clock at KXOK. Temperature, 11 degrees. It's 11 above zero. And now let's get back to Operation School Report. These schools are open. Now, that's the basic information. All of these schools are open, but the bus schedules may be different or the kindergartens may be closed. So listen closely. Ferguson, Florissant R2 schools open, but the buses will not run. St. Elizabeth School in Crestwood will have school 1 hour later than usual and no buses running. Good Shepherd in Ferguson will be open, but no buses will run. Corpus Christi Grade and High School in Jennings will be open today, but no buses will be running. St. Martin of Tours of Limay will have their buses operating 1/2 hour later than usual. St. Martin of Tours in Limay will be open today. St. Francis in Oakville will be open today. The buses will run on the snow route only. The high school bus will run. Fairbanks Private Pre-Kindergarten at 6514 Lansdowne will be open, but no buses running. Principia High School will be open today, but no buses running. Fort Zumwalt School open, no buses running. St. George's School on Hickey Road will be open today, and the buses will run. All public schools in the Afton School District will be open, but no kindergarten will be held today. Labouré High School will be open today. The buses to Bissell Hills and Hathaway will not run. St. Mary Magdalene in Brentwood will be open today, will have no bus service and no kindergarten. Seven Holy Founders School in Afton will be open today, and the buses will run only on the storm routes. St. Thomas Aquinas School will be open today. They will have no bus service except for the St. Mary bus. St. Gerard Magella School in Kirkwood is open today, but no buses will be running. Nerinx Hall in Webster Groves will be open today 1 hour later than usual. Nerinx Hall in Webster opening 1 hour later than usual. Grant School in Fairview, that's east of East St. Louis, Illinois, will be open today, and the buses will operate only on the main highways. All Souls School in Overland, Missouri will be open today. The buses will run only on the emergency route. Gasconade County R3 schools at Bland, Missouri will be open today, and the buses are running. Washington University is open today. Repeat, Washington University will have all their day classes today. St. Jerome's School in Bissell Hills is open today, but will have no kindergarten. Annunciation School in Webster Groves, and this is a correction, Annunciation School in Webster is open today. Annunciation School in Webster is open today. St. Louis de Marillac School in Jennings will be open today, but will have no buses running. That's St. Louis de Marillac School in Jennings will be open today. No buses will be running. And that winds it up. That's what goes under the name Operation School Report, a public service feature of KXOK during the snowbound weather. It's 23 minutes now, 23 on the downside of 8 o'clock at KXOK. That temperature is 11 above zero.
There's light-hearted living
in light-hearted Falstaff.
Light, refreshing Falstaff beer. What's bowling night without it? America's favorite indoor sport, bowling. And a nice cold, ice-cold bottle or can of America's premium quality beer. Light, refreshing Falstaff. Coast to coast, wherever the 10-pins crash. Wherever America plays, there's Falstaff. Cool, refreshing, as only light-hearted beer can be.
There's light-hearted living in light-hearted Falstaff.
Light, refreshing Falstaff beer.
When America plays, the name you hear is light, refreshing Falstaff beer. There's light-hearted living
in light-hearted Falstaff,
America's premium quality beer.
Refresh yourself with Falstaff. Coast to coast, America's choice for light-hearted living.
KXOK, more music time. 24 on the downside of 8. Here's Al Cayola's Magnificent 7.
Traffic reporting helicopters overhead seem to be moving nicely, with no delays reported anywhere. Meanwhile, down here in our Dodge Dart, we're being surrounded by the usual number of curious people. There are, I'd say offhand, about 6 or 7 walking on the Dart roof. Another, perhaps 10 or 12, inspecting Dart's torsionaire suspension, rocking us and trying to turn us over. A possible, 14 or 15 with blowtorches testing Dart's rock-solid unitized body. And the usual number of other car dealers expressing a touch of resentment because the Dart is a full-size Dodge, priced model for model with Ford and Chevrolet. So, with nothing unusual to report, this is your traffic reporter, Bert Schuyler, signing off and saying, aloha.
First news first. From the KXOK News Terminal, news headlines at 30.
Bill Murphy reporting late news headlines brought to you by Mercantile Trust Company, 8th and Locust, serving more St. Louisans than any other bank. The St. Louis. Traffic is slow in the greater St. Louis area this morning as a result of an 8-inch snowfall. All major highways in Missouri and Illinois are open, but caution advised when driving. St. Louis. Police told KXOK that 2 elderly women apparently died of heart attacks yesterday while shoveling snow at their respective homes. St. Louis. Harvey Alexander, a St. Louis public relations man, died yesterday at the age of 38. Man beaten. Police told KXOK that 41-year-old Robert Carlin of Alton was beaten and robbed of $80 by 2 men on a St. Louis street last night. Brazil. The leader of the rebel group that seized the liner Santa Maria is bargaining with Brazilian authorities today. Washington. The National Space Agency plans to launch an Explorer satellite next week for a study of radio communications. The weather in just a moment. Right now, Peter Martin.
How far do you have to travel when you go to the bank? A half mile? 2 miles? Chances are you spend a lot of valuable time just getting from your home or place of business to the bank. Why not save a lot of that time by doing what so many other St. Louisans do? Motor bank with Mercantile. It's convenient and fast. Mercantile Trust's motor banking service is located at 8th and Lucas between Washington and Delmar in the heart of downtown, yet away from traffic. You bank relaxed because you stay right in your car, and you bank quickly because the average transaction at Mercantile's motor banking service takes only 3 minutes. There are walk-up windows, too, for customers on foot. If you work or shop in downtown St. Louis or just drive through on your way to work, then Mercantile's motor banking service will save time for you. Open your account at Mercantile Trust, 8th and Lucas, and then bank from the wheel with Mercantile.
Here's the official weather outlook for St. Louis, Lemay, and Freeburg. Decreasing cloudiness and colder today, a period or 2 of very light snow, mostly during the morning. High today about 20, some cloudiness and continued cold tonight, low 5 to 10 above. Increasing cloudiness, little change in temperature Saturday. High Saturday in the 20s. Radio Park temperature now 12 degrees. These news headlines were brought to you by Mercantile Trust Company, 8th and Locust, serving more St. Louisans than any other bank. Next KXOK St. Louis news at any moment. Next scheduled news live at 8:55. When KXOK news ends, KXOK music begins.
There it is. It's called Wheels by the String-Alongs, and I'll string along with you, baby. It's Peter Martin here at KXOK in St. Louis, and a snowbound sound in town that we've got for you at 28.5 minutes before 9 o'clock. KXOK temperature outside, 11 above zero. It's snowing at Radio Park right now. That snow's still coming down.
Particular shoppers know.
Shopping's always nicer at your Bettendorf-Rapp store.
When you're planning school day lunches for the children, the best place to look for ideas is your nearby Bettendorf-Rapp food store. A delightful salty addition to any lunch is Fritos corn chips in the convenient kiddie lunch pack. These crisp golden bites of corn flavor complement any soup or sandwich. And, of course, they're already packaged in the perfect size to slip into a lunch bag. Fritos corn chips from Bettendorf-Rapp make an excellent after-school snack with a glass of milk, too. Look for Fritos at your Bettendorf-Rapp food store.
Right after the next Peter Martin Show record on KXOK, it'll be your chance to win on the KXOK Last Word Jackpot. The jackpot up to $18.
Keep going to the glowing sounds all day. Keep grooving to the moving sounds all day. Keep listening to the glistening sounds all day. On KXOK.
The sound you have just heard is the signal for another news story on KXOK. And now, KXOK gives you a chance to win money merely by listening to KXOK News Alive at 55.
Within 5 minutes after the hour, KXOK will test your news IQ by asking a question based on a story in the previous KXOK newscast.
If you can give the correct answer, you'll win $1.
So remember, when you hear this sound, you're listening to KXOK News.
And it means money for you on KXOK News IQ.
KXOK with more music more often, and the More Music contest getting underway this morning at 9 o'clock. Stand by for more details on that. Brings you More Music by Frank. When I found you, I found Utopia, my darling. When I found out we had no school today, I thought, wow, that's Utopia. Frankie Gary, 24 minutes before 9 o'clock at KXOK. 24 minutes until the KXOK More Music contest number 1. It's terrific. Excelsior Leader, Launderers and Dry Cleaners, gigantic midwinter cleanup sale with prices cut to a new low for this week's big radio special. Top coat suits, plain coats and dresses, beautifully cleaned and pressed, only $1.09 each. That's right, only $1.09 each if you ask for the radio special. And remember, on request, Excelsior Leader gives you 3 to 4 day pickup and delivery or same-day service at drive-in stores at no extra charge. Call Excelsior Leader, Prospect 1 3960, Prospect 1 3960, and ask for the radio special. Told you we were going to play KXOK's last word jackpot, now worth $18, and so we are at 23 minutes to 9. Here it is.
Hey, 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 hey,
Presents the last word in music contest.
We will now play the endings of 4 KXOK records. You tell us their name in the order played.
These are the 4 records. Listen closely to just the endings and see if you can identify all 4. If you can, there's $18 in it for you.
Call Forrest 76002 and win the $10 KXOK Jackpot.
KXOK will add to that jackpot $1 for each hour this contest is not correctly identified.
If you can name the KXOK last word records, call
Forrest 76002 now.
Ray Cuniff is going to provide the music, the background for you to call by. As long as he's playing his tune, the one called Love Letters in the Sand, you can call and win. We've added $8 to the jackpot, basically, so it's $18 in prize money, yours from KXOK's last word jackpot. If you call and win during this tune, call Forrest 76002 now. Mr. Cuniff, Love Letters in the Sand. Still time for you to call Forrest 76002, but just a few more seconds for you to call and win. Time is up. That's it. No more chances for you. Several calls, but nobody had all the right answers. That means the jackpot goes up another $1. That makes it $19 in KXOK's last word jackpot. Next hour on the Peter Martin Show, you'll have a chance to win $19.
Enter the KXOK Housewives Holiday Contest. Get your entry in the mail now. Address KXOK Housewives Holiday, Radio Park, St. Louis, 13, Missouri. And then you be another contest winner from KXOK.
opportunity, Papa.
Lots of lovey-dovey here from Buddy and Alex at KXOK. 18 and a half to 9.
You're the cutest thing that I did ever see.
Frankie Gary called Utopia. Lovey-dovey, Buddy and Alex, the lovey-dovey sound of KXOK, our snowbound sound in town, St. Louis town, you and me and KXOK. What a combination. 16 and a half until 9, 16 and a half minutes until KXOK. More music contest number 1.
Hi there. This is Kookie, the KXOK weatherbird, up here in the KXOK Radio Park Weather Tower. I was just reading in the almanac that the average wind velocity here in St. Louis was about 12 miles an hour. But one time, it was clocked at 91 miles an hour. Sure glad I wasn't up in the weather tower that day. That was in 1896. Ready for the forecast? Here it comes.
Got it, Kookie. Got it right here. There. Let me turn it over, Kookie. There it is. Decreasing cloudiness and cold today for Greater St. Louis. A period or two of very light snow, mostly this morning. High today around 20. Some cloudiness. Continued cold tonight. The overnight low 5 to 10 degrees above zero. Increasing cloudiness. Little change in temperature tomorrow with a high tomorrow in the 20s. The outlook for Sunday. Considerable cloudiness. Little change in temperature. Currently at KXOK, it's up 1 notch. Temperature now 12 degrees above zero. 12 above. My empty arms. That's a fellow by the name of Wilson, Jackie Wilson, one of the Wilson lads. It's 12 and a half away from 9 o'clock at KXOK. 12 and a half minutes until KXOK. More music. Contest number 1.
L&M has found the secret that unlocks flavor in a filter cigarette. Full, exciting flavor that lets your taste come alive. In today's L&M, with its patented filtering process, fine tobaccos can be blended, not to suit a filter, but to suit your taste. Yes, here's the flavor you've been hungry for in a filter cigarette. Friendly flavor that never dries out your taste. So let your taste come alive. Reach for flavor. Reach for L&M.
KXOK says
This is it, St. Louis.
We'll prove to you that KXOK plays more music more often.
And we'll back it up with fabulous KXOK prizes. KXOK More Music Contest number 3 begins this morning at 9 o'clock.
Here's what you do. Starting at 9 o'clock this morning, you write down the names of the records and the artists played on KXOK.
The hour in which they're played and the order in which they're played.
Keep it up until 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Then add up the number of records played and send that total, together with your list of KXOK records in the order played, plus your name and address, too.
More music, KXOK, Radio Park, St. Louis, 13, Missouri.
A postcard reaching KXOK with the earliest postmark and the correct answers wins for the writer
a beautiful Helbros wristwatch and a $10 package of
KXOK Music, Music, Music.
KXOK says count and compare.
And win with KXOK's More
Music, 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 Music.
KXOK More Music Contest number 1 comes up in just 10 minutes. Sharpen your pencils, get out your paper, and get ready to win. You're always a winner with KXOK and the Ames Brothers Heartaches.
Heartaches.